Welcome back, race fans, for the second round here of the North American Formula Series second season. I'm joined up here in the comms booth with Jay Dunk, and we're
Yeah,
ready to get qualifying underway.
yeah. How do we think this is going to play out, Jeep? I know we had a pretty exciting and pretty dominant race from the Aston Martin guys last week in Bahrain. I know one of them's out this week, Spitz. So we looking to see some more of the same from Buck here at Baku.
Well, I imagine he's definitely looking to repeat that same kind of result that he had last week, so we'll see if he can keep the car planted and not have any issues. Obviously the first couple corners are the huge ones here, but we'll see how he can do in qualifying and yeah, try to get some more points for Aston Martin.
Yeah, this is definitely a track that is infamous for DNFs, I would say, just in the league races that I've done here on previous games. Yeah, it's been pretty rough, and these guys are still getting used to to the sim damage that we're running now. So I'm interested to see how that goes, and if people are a little more reserved in how they approach overtakes. Um,
Yeah, I
but yeah, I'm
definitely.
excited to see it.
Yeah, I agree. I think with the higher rate of damage and the easier, the more simulated, I guess it is, so to speak, for the damage side of things. It'll make things more interesting. It'll try to keep the guys, a little more in check, and yeah, just makes for some more exciting racing. We're on board here with Buck as he comes through the castle section on his outlap here. Looks like miles left.
I'll shoot him an invite real quick.
This is a super fast circuit, obviously some technical sections as well, but a lot of high speed areas, so those
Yeah,
heavy braking zones.
I wouldn't expect to see many people put a really or go really hard on this lap, and Miles just got disqualified. So
His car was parked
yeah,
somewhere.
he's had a tough time with the internet. He's not going to be happy about that. But yeah, I wouldn't expect to see many people put crazy laps up as we do. Only had 15 for this race, so everyone should advance. Of course, besides Miles at this point.
Yeah, it looks like Rafik in the
Ooh,
Alpine. Oh no,
Mr. Delia just puts it in the wall.
I didn't catch that one, unfortunately. We'll
That
hop on
was
with
a
Buck here as he's coming
big
up on that
impact.
crash. Oh yeah, missed that braking zone and right into the wall.
Yeah, I was on board with him, but I didn't even catch what exactly happened. I was looking at the standings, but yeah, not sure what happened there. Like you said, kind of an infamous spot where Carlos Sainz crashed out his first, or in the race there this season.
Right.
And yeah, that's JJ Dog just retired as well.
What is going on? Oh, it looks like he hit the wall as well.
Wow.
Lost it coming out of the corner there, and
yeah, I don't understand why and I don't know that that's the case, but I don't really think it's necessary. I mean, I know it's not necessary to do a push lap here, so these guys are really just putting themselves behind the eight ball. Are going to have to. I mean, this is not a terribly easy place to pass, so it's going to be really tough starting from the rear.
most definitely. Gonna have to really rely on DRS or some mistakes from guys.
Yeah, exactly.
As Buck comes across the line with a 1:38.998 to set the first timed lap of the session. So that'll be the time to beat right now.
Yeah, and Miles' car is still just kind of slowly going through the track. He just held up Modern Neptune pretty bad there.
Hopefully the car retires soon.
Yeah, maybe it's kind of, it's really weird.
The Aston Martin Reserve and Monkey Mafia, 141.2. Modern Neptune in the Haas, 143. Gabaguy setting a 141.266, and the Williams good enough for P3 at the moment. New Wine sitting in 5th right now in the AlphaTauri.
I'm really excited to see what these guys do for strategy. I haven't done a lot of testing on the tires this week, so I'm really not sure what we can expect here.
See what's gonna
I
happen.
feel like it might be a medium to hard one stop, but I'm not 100% sure. But we'll find out soon in qualifying, in the second qualifying session.
Graham bumping himself up into P2, 139.903. Yeah, I mean, I guess a big thing will depend on what guys do in Q2. With only 12 drivers left now with those crashes and disqualifications, I mean, you really only have to be faster than a couple guys in theory to make yourself into Q3, so
Yeah.
that'll play huge on the tire strategy we were just talking about. Guys
Yeah,
could
for
easily
sure.
start on the mediums. You know, they only have, like I said, they only have to be faster than 2 other drivers, so. Looks like Neptune's diving into the pits. Mustang just about to start his hot lap here. Followed closely by who that was. I always get my blue colors messed up here.
I know. Then there's so many. The Mustang goes wide, and then he hits the wall somehow. I'm not really sure what happened there, to be honest. He goes wide into turn 1, and he turns the wheel left, like to get back on track, but then all of a sudden he turns the wheel right. So I'm not sure if he got some oversteer or what happened there.
Tried to catch it and
Yeah, I could have. So now we're down to 11.
this is going to be an easy Q3 for some of those guys. Or
Yeah, and
Q2,
like I said, I
sorry.
mean, this track is definitely known, especially in league racing at least, for the DNFs. We did a league versus league race maybe last season, and out of the 20 cars that were in the race, I think like 5 or 6 finished.
Oh,
And I
man.
mean, this is the best of the best from each league, you know. So that's, I mean, that's not even on sim damage. That's just on full damage.
Yeah, so it's definitely going to make for an interesting race if we've got 4 drivers out in the first half of Q1.
Absolutely.
We were on board with Black Stig there, setting the fastest lap of the session right now with a 138.684 in the Mercedes, 3/10 ahead of Buck.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the battle that we might be coming up to. Monkey retires between Stig and Buck. Both of those guys are really quick, and Stig ended up finishing second in the standings last season, just at the very end on the last race, and Buck also has the pace to be up there. So I think we're going to see some exciting racing between those two guys for sure.
Yeah, most definitely. It should be a good battle.
On board with Stead here in the Alpine. He's coming through the castle section now.
Oh!
He
Pulls
is
a
very
Leclerc.
lucky. He is very lucky to have both of those front wheels still on the car.
That was a heavy impact.
Yeah, I really don't know how the tires stayed on. Just gonna have to be careful here.
Yeah, that could be a tricky one too, because you miss your braking point because you don't have any front downforce. And
Oh, absolutely.
all right, so we got some guys retiring now, just to. I mean, they're far enough up; they don't got to worry about getting kicked out. So Stead will have to get himself either just across the line or hop into the pits and try again for another hot lap here.
Yeah, I really wish he would just go ahead and finish the lap since everybody's gonna continue anyway, but
Yeah. Oh, Villeneuve hit the wall in the McLaren there.
He's gonna have to be careful through this section.
Oh, and Rafik
And
retired.
Newwine's out also.
It looks like he hit the wall as well. Villeneuve is just about to come up on that. Hopefully the car is not in his way.
Oh, it's there. I don't know how he crashed there.
I don't know either. I mean, I guess it kind of depends. Sometimes that corner is tricky if you get too much of that inside
Yeah,
curve. It tends to kind
that is
of
true.
unsettle the car. So
Yeah, that's definitely true.
even though it doesn't take a ton of steering input throughout there, but all right. Ooh, that could have been bad as well.
Yeah, and I mean, anytime you're missing any wing through that section, I mean, it's an easy flat out with your whole wing intact. But if you're oh my,
Oh,
how did the tire stay on?
I don't know.
Did you see that?
I certainly did. I was on board with them there.
Oh my goodness. So, we're definitely seeing some interesting things happen right now. I don't know what to
Yeah,
say
I don't
about
know how
that, to
I
be
don't know
honest.
how that happened. I would hope it was not intentional, but
Yeah, I don't think it's intentional. I mean, it wouldn't hurt anybody but himself, but like he just tried to stay really close to that wall to eke out as much time as he could and got a little
just
too
was a little
close.
too far left.
He's going to have to be careful through this section because, I mean, he's driving a boat out there now.
Most definitely. JPR is coming up on him quick in the Red Bull Honda. As he approaches the castle section, hopefully Villeneuve doesn't get in the way. And it moves out of the way, perfect. As the Red Bull goes flying by. Using up all the track.
Yeah, JPR is one of those guys that's really flown under the radar so far at the beginning of the season. He's definitely got the pace to challenge for top fives and podiums. So just kind of waiting for that breakout race that he's bound to have pretty soon.
Well, and with some guys, having some issues early on, I mean, this could very well be a good race for him.
Yeah,
Only 2/10
he
behind
jumps up into
Stig.
P2. Yeah, it's a really solid lap.
Who else do we got out there on hot laps here? We got Gaba Guy in the Williams, just coming around into the third sector here.
Yeah, I think this is his second lap on the mediums, so not really sure what's going on there.
He is 3/10 up. Maybe just getting a test run in before hitting Q2, I guess.
Yeah, it could be. I'm not sure.
And improves himself 4/10 faster than his previous lap, so.
Yeah, jumps him up to P5. We've got Stead coming around to finish his flyer off as well. He's on the softs.
Wow.
Good enough for P4.
Yeah, that's a big jump.
Yeah, only about 3/10 off of the lead there, so pretty solid lap from him. Stead is one of those guys that we expect to be battling for podiums this season, so Nothing surprising there from him.
Gabba guy going, I mean, only 2 seconds slower on the mediums versus the guys up in the top there with the softs, so that's showing some decent pace there. He's improved quite a bit since joining the league.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was
Uh,
actually his teammate in our Formula 2 season there, and I was definitely able to see some steady progression, so that's good.
yeah, that's the main thing, and that's one of the good things about. Um, I feel like if you can drive the F2 car, you can easily drive the F1 car. They're so much harder to control. So a lot of guys don't like necessarily driving the F2 cars, but it really shows and can really help you improve, mostly with just being patient and getting the power down pretty easily. But yeah, he's definitely showing some improvement here. Good enough for P6 right now.
Yeah, I think that was probably one of the biggest things in my opinion as well. Like you said, was getting the power down. It was making sure you don't overpower the tires, making sure you're in the
Yeah,
right gear.
yeah, and it's so easy to do in those cars. So
Thinks dead. Oh, he's diving into the pits. So I mean, we should be ready to rock and roll here. I don't know if the guys are gonna try to jump out again or if they're just gonna retire, but Stig currently sitting on top. 138.684 is the time to beat in Q1, so we'll see how these times transfer over to the second qualifying session here. We got 4 drivers out right now, or 5 maybe even. I don't remember if.
yeah, I think it was at least five.
Just waiting for that JPR fella. There we go. All
So I'm
right.
surprised to see it put Miles in P11 because I thought normally if you DSQ'd it sent you to the rear.
I would assume so as well. Maybe because he didn't crash. Like the
Yeah,
car
could have
was
been, could have
still
been.
intact.
Yeah, for sure. So Stig, yeah, 2/10 faster than second place so far in that Mercedes. So not terribly surprised by that, as we know Stig's got really good pace. But yeah, that two through four is really close.
Yeah.
And you can't really judge. I don't think you can really judge what's going to happen here in the next two sessions by what we see here. I mean, we see Amaruls on the intermediates, so we're not going to have any judgment of what his pace is going to be like
No, most
going into these
definitely.
next two. But I feel like he has a good shot to be pretty high up there as well. So
Yeah, he's got some good pace for sure. Yeah, so we got 10 drivers in Q2, so as long as they don't crash, they'll all advance as well.
yeah, that's true.
And yeah, I guess like you said, as far as the pace goes, I mean, now we're going to kind of see what guys are going to choose for a tire strategy. Um,
Yeah,
I
yeah, and
hope
I
that
mean,
we're going to see some good laps, but they don't necessarily have to really do anything
right.
crazy. They could putt
Yeah,
around the track and save their tires.
yeah,
Like, I hope we see some action, but
yeah. I mean, personally, that's what I would do, just because. I mean, these like what you set your fastest time on here, you're gonna start the race with. Um, so you can really just with only 10 drivers making it to Q2, you can just put a lap in, kind of what we expected most of the guys to do the last session,
right.
and then save as much of that tire as you can. So
Yeah, which is very, very possible. I mean, you could just make, I mean, obviously not impede anybody, but yeah, just get the car around the track for one lap and essentially start your race on brand new tires.
yeah, exactly.
Q3 will be the session to really push the car to try and move yourself up the starting grid, but
Let's see who's gonna be our first one. It's gonna be Emerald, I believe. Yep.
he's starting
Got a
all
nice little.
mediums.
Need to change. There we go. Yeah, most of the guys so far look like they're on the mediums. 6 out of the 10. So 6 on the mediums, 4 on the softs, and that could obviously change if the guys change their mind later on. But yeah,
I think maybe
I'm
just
thinking
like
it.
usual. Oh, go ahead.
And even, I mean, even if you, so this is where this really becomes a factor with only 10 people going to Q2. Even if it's like a soft to medium race, the guys can start on the mediums and not have any issues moving on to Q3. So,
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it looked like a couple
uh,
guys have changed already. Oh, Modern
and
Neptune.
Modern is out of the session. And that's in a really weird spot as well. I mean, that's in the back straight.
Oh, I wonder if he went into the wall coming out of the exit of that corner, or if he lost the back end
Yeah.
and then...
And just slid the rest of the way. Could have.
So who do we got leading? Okay, looks like Rafik is leading the hot laps. See if he hangs on to that purple sector 1 or not. Does have some good pace in that Alpine, so... Good entry into the castle section there.
Yeah, and he looks to be pushing, so we might get a representative lap time from him here.
He is moving. Good line through there. As he comes up on the DRS section. A little late opening the wing, but...
Yeah, and this is where you're really going to see those guys. You're going to be able to tell who has a low downforce setting and who has high downforce because they're just going to either gain or lose major time in that back straight.
Yeah, most definitely. Alright, looks like Monkey Mafia is going to be the next guy across the line. Let's see what he's got. Oh, he definitely lost some time.
Got Gabba guy turned around. He's going to have to get it turned around quickly or he's going to get disqualified. He's in a really bad spot to try to turn the car around, too. Luckily,
no one was coming up on him.
Yeah, and that's the same place that we saw Modern Neptune lose it. So, not sure what's going on there, if those guys are just trying to stay too close to that wall and just clipping it, and then it sends them in, you pretty much just ping-pong off the walls after that.
Yeah.
So that's the only really thing I can think of there, especially on new tires.
Oh, we got Stig jumping up into first.
Yeah, that's a really solid time on the mediums, I think.
Just flinging the Mercedes around here. Looks like we got JPR. He just set a purple sector 2, I think, and the Red Bull.
Yeah, he's coming into the S section where so many guys have had issues.
Looks like he hung on to it just fine.
We haven't heard. I would assume it's going to be a dry race, wouldn't you think, with these guys being on the mediums?
I assume so. I mean, I guess once in a while it does rain here, but not super frequently, so...
I don't know, Jeep. It seems like most of the times I race here, you're right. I would say majority of the time it should be dry, but I feel like most of the times I have a league race here, it rains. So
that's fair.
Could be something I will be looking out for in Tier 1.
Villeneuve sets the third fastest time, 1:43.465 in the McLaren. Yeah, the guys are definitely shooting for that medium start, and guys are pushing. I mean, it's hard to say Monkey Mafia being 6 seconds behind the slowest time. Maybe he was just putting in a slow lap, just getting that time in there, and and just call it a Q2.
Yeah, I mean, after seeing so many DNFs in Q1, I don't know that I would be pushing until I absolutely had to.
Yeah, you definitely want to save it. At least give yourself a chance to get into Q3.
Exactly. Number Rule retires in the pits. He'll be moving on to Q3.
Looks like Buck is just starting his hot lap in the Aston Martin.
Yeah, and he's on those mediums as well. So far, it looks like only Gabba guy's out on the softs.
Which is definitely something, like, I mean, either he's trying himself for a certain strategy, or wasn't quite aware of the situation that he's going to move on regardless into Q3. But
yeah, and I mean, if anything, if Q1 and Q2 so far have taught us anything, I think we can count on a safety car too. So he may just be. It looks like the softer tire might be the most versatile, just due to the fact that we're more than likely going to have a safety car pretty early on.
So look for that pace out of the whole shot.
And Monkey Mafia, that's in the pits, so he'll move on. But yeah, if our early safety car comes out, he can kind of do whatever he wants to from there. So yeah, we'll see how that works out for him.
Buck did set a purple sector 1. And now a purple sector 2. So he may steal pole away, or at least, sorry, P1 in Q2 away from Stig there.
Yeah, Buck has had really good pace so far this season. And it so far has been a lot more consistent than in years past. So we'll hope to see that continue.
Yeah, most definitely.
And it just seems like Buck's one of those guys last season where he just got unlucky a lot. Whether it be just kind of getting damaged from an incident that was no fault of his own, or things like that. But he was kind of in the wrong place at the wrong time a few times, and that kind of showed up in the standings. So we're definitely expecting big things from him this season, as he definitely has the pace to be top 2 or 3 in Tier 2.
Yeah, I mean, he showed solid promise there in the first race there in Bahrain. So.
Instead, actually put it in P2, 139.4.
Oh, yeah.
So a pretty solid lap from him. Still don't really think these guys are pushing like all out. Buck might have, but I don't.
Oh, go ahead.
I don't know. I'm not sure that he's like a second faster than these guys. Don't get me wrong, he is super fast, but I would be kind of surprised for him to be a second faster.
Yeah, most definitely.
Graham puts it in P3 with a 139.5, so he's up there with Stead also. Stig close behind.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting to see how many laps these guys are going to put in. I mean, they're all... It's hard to say. I mean, they're either trying to just see what their car will do on the mediums, or... I mean, they're all going to advance, so... I'd be leaning more towards trying to save those tires for the race.
Yeah, absolutely. So we see Villeneuve retire in the pits. And we got Gabagai on a flyer here. He's coming through the castle section here. Looks like he got through there pretty well.
That is a very tricky part of the track. Pretty much just enough room for your car to get through there perfectly, and any slight error on the turn-in, you can either contact that first wall or you contact the right side. And I don't remember who it was. Villeneuve, I think, got lucky.
Villeneuve actually hit the pit entry wall, I believe.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I can't remember who. I don't remember if I saw somebody spin there or not.
I just remember him smoking the wall and losing the front end, and
Yeah.
looks like
Gabba guy
Gabba
goes into the pits. So he was like 4 seconds off of his best time. So either just made a mistake or just wanted to put in a little more laps.
Alright, so
Still
Stead
retires in the
retires.
pits.
Looks like we might just have the guys call it, and
Yeah, it looks like Graham's going into the pits now. He's probably going to retire. As Buck retires. Oh, and Buck actually said he beat his soft tire time on the mediums, so that's going to be a really nice lap from him.
well,
So
and I
that
mean,
might actually make sense why we see the second gap.
yeah, they were just. I mean, and that is possible, right? I mean, some guys can really have with track temp and stuff like that. I mean, maybe the soft tires were getting overheated,
Yeah,
and losing
it's
that
definitely
grip,
possible.
whereas the mediums can be even a thinner line or a thinner blend between the soft and the medium compound.
Gabba guy actually fitted the medium tire. I'm not sure if he's going to come out or not. He might have aborted his strategy there.
Because he did set a lap, so it's hard to say.
Yeah, he would have to improve, and he's in the Williams, so we'll see if we see some stirring in the pit box pretty soon. And he's not going to have time, so there's only 57 seconds left, so he's not going to have time to get around to do another lap.
See if he retires here.
Some people in the Discord getting a little impatient.
Just yelling at him to retire.
So we actually did lose Modern Neptune since he crashed out, which I figured would happen. But yeah, the top 9 are going to advance. Everybody on the medium tire except Gabba guy. So I think this is going to be an interesting session. As I don't really think we've seen. I mean, obviously Buck put a banger in on those mediums, but I think we're going to see the gap close a little here, as we're going to see most of these guys pushing pretty hard to try to get that pole position.
Yeah, most definitely. And now we're on those soft tires, so we'll see how the track reacts as far as how the times are going to do in Q3 here. But
Yeah, and I mean, it's a little cloudy out there, Jeep. I'm not sure if we'll see any rain, but I definitely saw some shadows there toward the end of the session.
might be a system moving in.
I think it'll definitely make Q3 interesting. Not that it hasn't been interesting already with all the DNFs and crazy things going on.
Well, it looks like it kind of hung out to be the same. It's still a little
Yeah.
overcast, but a little bit of blue
Yeah, and it could
up
just
there.
be the sun's kind of starting to set. So that's probably where we saw the shadows from.
I can see a couple cars down there at the end of the pit lane starting to move out.
Yeah, it looks like Buck is going to be the first one out, which I know just by watching a couple of his streams he likes to do. I
Got
really
three
don't blame him.
cars leaving the pits right away.
It's tough for those guys who are in the faster cars in real life, just because they're going to be closer to the beginning of the pit road, or the pit lane, and so it's going to be tough for them to get out in front of anybody. But yeah, I think it's definitely an advantage just because you get out, don't really have to worry about anybody around you, and you can just kind of do your own thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like everybody was quick to get out of the pits there and get their lap started here. Looks like JPR is the last guy out, but not too far behind. Interesting, Gaba guy came out on the mediums.
Really?
Very
Huh.
interesting. I mean, I guess unless, like we said, with Q2, I mean, maybe the mediums feel better for him. I don't
Yeah, I
know.
mean,
It's
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 possible.
it's hard to say.
Uh, the
I would think
softs
that a
should
guy
be
would
the
want to be
faster
on the
tire.
soft, but
Yeah, for especially for Q3. I'm gonna stick on board with Buck here, see what kind of lines he's taking. Looks to do a pretty good job in the turn one. This is a really tricky corner for me because you feel like you're like going into that corner before the DRS section. You feel like you're at a pace where you can get the car turned, and then when you start to turn, you're like, oh nope, that ain't it.
no,
So
need
you
more
kind of got to
brake.
do a little extra brake than you realize.
And it seems like it is kind of hit and miss with the curb. Like it almost like you almost want to take a lot of it, and sometimes it unsettles the car, and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
and you want to get on the power as soon as you can. I mean, it's another not a long straight, but it's a decently lengthy straight. So
Does a really good job through the castle section there.
yeah, that was a good line.
This is really going to be a crucial corner. You're going to make or lose a lot of time here. Pretty conservative through there, I feel like. I mean, he could have gone a little quicker through there, but that's definitely not a bad thing. It's all down to the downforce here.
Yeah, like you said before, there can be a ton of time made or lost on this straight. It is so long.
138.1. So he did beat that time that he put the medium or the medium tires. He
But
put a
not
little
by a
bit better
whole
of a lap
ton.
there together. No, it was less than a second for sure. What I think it was
I
like a
feel like it was
138
134, I think.
4. That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
So, I
So
mean, a
only
few
3
tenths.
tenths.
Everybody
And
rate
we see,
quick.
yeah, Graham puts a 138.8, so about 7 tenths off, and followed by Amarul with now Stead with a 139.1, Amarul with a 139.2. Monkey Mafia, the reserve, with a 140 flat, followed by Villeneuve, 141.3, and then Gabagai 141.6 on those mediums. Got Stig coming around here, see what kind of time he's going to put in. Oh, and about 4 tenths off for Stig, so that's gonna be good enough for P2. I'm sure we'll see these guys go around for one more, as we've got JPR coming to the line now, and P4. So yeah, solid showing from these guys so far. Pretty evenly gapped, I would say. Got 4 tenths from Buck to Stig, and then 3 tenths from Stig to Graham. About 2 tenths or actually about 1.5 from JPR to Graham.
700s between JPR and Stead.
Yeah, that's tight. So yeah, I mean, there's not going to be many big gaps out here from what we're seeing so far. Oof, big oversteers. JPR hits that curb.
Yeah, I gotta try remembering which blue is which.
Good luck. I
I
think
feel like the last
at
time I
least
watched, I had it figured, and I
yeah,
still screwed up every time. The light blue is
yeah,
the
it's
Alpine, the medium blue is Williams, and the dark blue is Red Bull. Red Bull's easy to pick out. That
yeah.
was the same as last season, but
It's really close between. I don't know. I think Red Bull and Williams are a really close blue.
Mm-hmm.
You got Gabagai and JPR there on the screen. But yeah, it definitely makes it interesting. It's kind of tough to tell if somebody has any incidents or anything. It's hard to tell on the minimap who to actually go to.
Right.
I think it was something similar last season in F2. Just about every car was some shade of blue.
You're right. All right, so I guess we'll see what happens here. I mean, the guys do have time to set more laps. It seems like some guys might have put on some new softs, potentially.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna see some
Maybe
some
just a
new
quick
softs out here.
refuel and.
Yeah, it looks like we might have Buck coming out first here. No, it's actually either Stead or Amarul here. I think it is Stead. Stead's going to be the first one out for that second run, and his teammate's not too far behind.
Well, we did have JPR report from the pit lane that there is no rain.
No
So
rain.
I don't know if he
Well,
just meant for Q3 or if that's for the race as well. So I don't think these guys need any more help to get their car into the wall. So. It always seems so close when guys get in that castle section.
yeah, you really got to be committed there, because it's like so many other sections of this track where you can just gain or lose so much time.
And I mean, there really isn't any room for correction either. You know, I mean, you don't want to. I don't know what happened with Rafik there.
Yeah, I think he was just letting Stig by.
Oh yeah, maybe. Thinking he was on a hot lap, maybe.
Yeah, I guess so.
Or trying to get a tow, maybe that.
Yeah, definitely possible. Just gonna have to close the gap a little to do that.
Well, it looks like Buck's gonna retire. He's hoping for. Right now, he's got provisional pole. So somebody's got to make up 4/10.
Must have used all the softs to where he wasn't able to do another flyer, or just wanted to save a set just in case something happened late in the race.
It is a war game out there. Coming. Oh, instead almost loses it. That ruins his hot lap.
Yeah, it doesn't look to have any damage, so he might be able to go around one more time if he wants.
Yeah, he didn't hit the
He's
wall.
not gonna
he
have
just
time to
lost the
pit.
back end. Oh yeah, I guess we're getting down. Only 2 minutes remaining here in Q3, so.
Yeah, we've got the last couple of guys about to come across for their out laps.
Gabagai went back into the pits for some softs, so he'll be trying to improve his time. Bump
Stig
himself
coming
up.
to this castle section now. We're going to see if he's improving so far on the lap. And he's down half a second, so that's probably going to be qualifying over for Stig. We're going to have Amarul right behind him, though. And he jumps up into P3, 138.7, so only 2/10, or really closer to a 10th off of Stig.
Yeah, he bumped himself. It was a 5/10 faster in his lap there.
Yeah, Monkey Mafia comes across. He does not improve. Who's going to be next? That's
Gabba
Gabba
guy,
Guy, I believe.
almost 1.5 seconds faster. He was
Oh, wow.
1.4 seconds at the end of Sector 2 there.
Yeah, it's really tough to gain any time in Sector 3, so it's going to be pretty close to that. Good enough for
That's,
P7.
yeah, 2 spots.
Yeah, two really 15 thousandths, 14 thousandths off of Monkey Mafia there.
Villeneuve gained half a second there by the looks of it, but didn't improve at a P9.
Got Graham coming across now. This is going to be
Oh,
his
this is
final
a
lap.
good lap.
Oh, P2. 1/10 off of pole.
That was a
Yeah,
major
we know
improvement on his
Graham's.
previous lap there.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I think he was like fifth, maybe somewhere like fourth or fifth.
Alright, I don't know where Stead's going to end up here. The Alpine will go third fastest overall.
P3. Wow. These guys are really starting to bunch up near the top.
Stig is 7/10 up. Oh, and he steals
Oh!
pole away from Buck with a
Wow.
1:37.914.
He went on a second lap.
A flyer from Stig there.
So those weren't even new softs. Like that was a second lap from Stig.
He found some time.
Wow.
Him and his
A little
engineer
over
must have
2/10
worked well
faster.
and figured out where he lost
That's
some time.
insane. That's a great lap.
Very
Amarul and his
impressive in the
teammate Stead are
Mercedes.
really close as well. Both 138.3s.
Yeah, 5 thousandths of a second. 500, sorry.
Yeah. I really wasn't expecting that from Stig. I thought he was done, but yeah, he went on a second flyer.
Oh no, and Villeneuve crashed his car.
Oh, he sure did.
I didn't quite swap
Where
quick
is
enough,
that?
but at the end of Sector 2 there.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be this corner right here that Stead is going into.
That's exactly where it was.
You could actually see where the barrier was disformed.
I mean, that's a very famous corner to crash as well. I mean, it's a bit of a downhill slope, heavy braking. You're kind of relying on the front grip of the car to brake and turn into that downhill section, so. And I think that's it. Everybody has completed their laps. Graham's in the pit, just waiting to retire, and Black Stig just steals pole position from Buck there.
Yeah, that's insane. Like I said, I know Stig has the pace to definitely get some poles this season, but after doing that first lap, I really didn't expect to see a second lap.
And it was a huge jump on his time. I don't remember exactly how much, but because I think he was 138
Gosh, it was like
something, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think it was close to 4/10.
Impressive. Mercedes sitting on pole here at the start of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
Yeah, that's huge. Wow. Not sure what to say there. Stig really pulled it out when he needed to.
Most definitely.
Yeah,
Buck.
so I mean, still we've got. I mean, from P1 to P5 is only about 4/10 of a second, and that's super tight.
Yeah, so we'll see how that translates into the actual race pace. Buck sitting on this first row with Stig there. Second row will be Graham and Rafik. Third row, Stead and JPR. P7 going to Gabba Guy. P8, Monkey Mafia. And P9 is Villeneuve in the McLaren. I think we're in for a heck of a race.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I think this is going to be something special. Hopefully, the guys that crashed out in the Q1 have kind of corrected what happened to them and the mistakes that they made, and we'll see some good racing not only in the front but in the mid pack and in the rear of the field also. All right, so as these guys get their setups in and get the right tires and strategies selected, we did hear some sad news this week. One of our very own, Lakido, his wife passed away late this week. So we asked the guys if they would run green helmets this week, and even further on if they would like. So most of the guys took that up, as we see Lakido as one of our own, and definitely want to give our deepest condolences to him and his family in this tough time. And in saying that, we're going to have a moment of silence during the formation lap, so in memory of her.
Well said, Dunk. Thank you very much, everyone, for that. As you said, the drivers are sporting the green helmets today, and as long as they'd like to. Green was her favorite color, so everyone will be racing in her honor, and her spirit will be on board with the drivers today, so let's have a good one, and yeah, give her some action.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what these guys are gonna do in a turn one. This is kind of a tight turn one because you've got that inside wall on the left, and you've also got that wall on the outside that approaches pretty quickly. So we're gonna have to be pretty patient going into turn one, and also the next corner as well.
And it seems like a wide exit, but it really isn't. It closes up quicker than one might think.
Right. You've got the runoff area, but I mean, other than that, once that wall closes in, I mean, it's right off the edge of the track, so you've really got to be careful.
Yeah, you can run a little wide, but you got to suck it back in there quick.
Exactly. So we've gotten most of the guys to the grid, it looks like. So we're gonna get ready to go racing here.
All right, we have 4 red lights and 5 red lights. Lights out and away we go, maybe? We are not racing yet at Baku. There we go.
And we've got some... Oh my goodness, Stig and Buck.
Oh, we got
someone's around.
Aston Martin. We got some carbon
fiber. That's Monkey Mafia. Also a... Oh, they're still too wide through there. Holy, Buck loses a position. And we've already got a virtual safety car. Who's that? Mr. Delia gets a 5-second penalty for a severe collision with Gabba Guy. We're going to kind of roll through and see who has damage here. Looked like the top few kept it pretty clean. It was very tight, but they did a pretty good job.
Mustang has damage. Entire front wing.
Ooh, that's going to be tough. Also the McLaren. Also Gabba Guy.
Oh my gosh.
So three cars in a row there, missing their wing. Let's see what kind of movement we've got here. Position change. JJ Dog already up 5 positions. And these guys are going to have to be careful on this restart of the virtual safety car. Gabba Guy and Monkey are the biggest losers, down 6 and 7 positions. Mustang retires. What happened there? He hits the...
Oh, hits the castle section.
He hits the castle section. Oh my goodness.
Dahlia has to work to get around him.
And
Monkey
he
Mafia
loses a
passed
position
him.
due to that.
And we're
Wow.
green.
Did what did Delia just did he just pick up a drive through? What penalty is that?
Oh,
5 second.
Oh yeah, he might have been.
He probably hit Mustang.
Oh yeah, that might have. Yep.
And he's missing a front wing also.
Rafik is hunting down Stig here. He's getting a bit of a slipstream.
Oh, look
coming
at
into
this.
Turn 1.
Oh my goodness. We've got Buck close behind those two as well.
He's looking down the
It's
inside.
gonna be oh, is he gonna make it? Oh wow. That was super close. Holy.
I couldn't tell if there was any contact there, but
I'm not sure. It might have been just a like touching wheels. Stig's looking around the outside. He's gonna make that. He's gonna get that done easily. I wonder if Amarul actually had to give the position back.
it might have if there was contact.
And Monkey has retired in the pits, I believe.
Yeah. So Gabagai and Dahlia into the pits, getting some new front ends on their cars.
Got yellow flag still. Not sure what's going on with that.
I think just that retirement messed it up.
It could have been
Yeah,
for sure.
it's gone now. Gaba out of the pits, Dahlia out of the pits in the McLaren. New mediums,
Yeah, so
so that's the
Stig-
way to go.
We got a battle brewing between Rafik and Buck here. He's really closing on the back of him quickly.
Yeah, Buck wants that position back for sure.
Yeah, he's going to be patient here, I think. I think he's going to wait. Oh my goodness, he is so close to the back. Yeah, he's going to get this done pretty easily, I think.
I don't think we got DRS enabled yet, but he's going to get that slipstream, which is
Yeah,
pretty
it's going to be a
strong down
massive
this
slipstream also.
down this straight.
And
Oh yeah, he's catching him.
Rafik is trying to hold him off. They're both burning ERS. It's going to be a drag race into turn 1. Oh my goodness, they bump wheels. I think Rafik. Oh, Buck's going to have the advantage here. Yeah, Rafik just backs out and gives him the inside. I think he actually got DRS though.
He did. Rafik is gaining on him. I don't know if
He
he's going
did.
to have enough
Is he
room.
going to try? Oh my goodness.
Late break.
How are they going to spit through there? That is incredible. Oh my goodness. Great racing from these two.
Most definitely. We got a couple position
Oh, and a
changes
virtual
down
safety car.
further back.
Gaba guys lost it in the second sector.
No.
And that's going to be the corner that Carlos Sainz lost it in qualifying also, I believe. And it
Looks like
is
they
just a
cleaned-
virtual safety car.
Yeah, they cleaned it up quick, so. Some insane battles right off the bat here. Alright, we're green again. I
Oh
didn't
my.
notice, but Galloway started on the hards in,
Oh, did he?
in the Ferrari.
So it's got to be a maybe a medium to hard race then, I would think, for the one stop at least.
Yeah.
And he's up 3 positions, I believe. Maybe just 2.
Graham's going to get DRS on Stead here.
And Buck is starting to close that gap to Stig. He's using a lot of ERS though. Stig is also though. He's down to 10%. Buck just has I mean, he is braking so late.
Really putting the pressure on Stig here.
Yeah, he's gonna have something for him into this next corner, I think. Oh, he's just not gonna have enough time. Not burning. So he's being patient. He knows it's a long race.
Oh, it looked
Graham.
like Rafik touched the wall there, but maybe it was just a bit of a glitch or something.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any damage.
JJ Dog ducked into the pits
Into
for
the
a new set of
pits.
hards.
And he's on the hards, yeah.
So he'll be looking to stretch those to the end, I assume. Or maybe hoping
Yeah, I'm
for a
not
late
sure.
safety car. It's hard to say. I don't know if the
Yeah.
tires would last 22,
Could.
23 laps, but
Yeah, it's definitely possible.
Gaps have opened up a little bit. Most of them are in that 1 second range. Box sitting 8/10 back of Stig here, trying to stay in that DRS.
Yeah, the two Alpine drivers are doing a great job so far in P3 and P4. So they're set up for a pretty nice finish if they can hold those positions.
And everyone on very similar tire strategies, so...
And look here, we've got Buck closing the gap to Stig. He's going to have something for him into turn 1, I think.
Most definitely will. He gained
Stig
quite a
is
bit
almost
of time
completely out of
the
ERS.
zone.
He's not even going to burn.
Oh!
Oh my! He just couldn't make up his mind there, which direction he wanted to go.
No.
I wonder if he has damage. I don't.
Oh, Buck
He's
is
missing a
an
right
plate.
end plate. That's going to be huge.
Oh no.
He's going to have to pit. I didn't see Stig make any crazy moves, did you?
No, I don't think so. I mean, it was a bit of a late, maybe a bit of a late move, but nothing, nothing malicious. I don't think.
Yeah, I think Buck expected him to either take the inside or the outside, and Stig just kind of stayed in the middle there.
Yeah, and he faded a little bit to the outside as they got closer to turn 1, but Graham splitting the Alpines there. He got by Rafik. A couple corners back.
Yeah, had to be into turn 1, I would imagine. JPR is starting to close up to these guys as well.
That damage is definitely hurting Buck.
Yeah,
losing that downforce and turning ability is. Yeah,
we're definitely going to see him pit this lap, I would think, before he loses too many positions and too much time.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot of time in the pit, but like you said, I mean he's lost essentially 3.5 at least seconds off of Stig. So I mean it doesn't take long for a few laps to build that up. So.
Yeah, and he's going to have to be careful through this section because he's going to have to go a little slower than normal.
And it looks like guys are right on the back of him here too. So.
Yeah, they are right
JJ
on him
Dog.
now.
Lost it in the castle.
Oh, he DNF'd.
Yeah,
that's a save. Oh, that saves Buck.
Oh,
my
no
goodness,
way.
that saves him. That saves him.
Yeah, it does.
So I'm not sure.
He'll be happy with that.
Looks like he's putting on the hards, so he might be able to make it the rest of the way here. That's huge for Buck. I would not be surprised to see the rest of these guys pit. I think Miles might actually stay out, been on the hards.
Yeah, he can definitely push those for quite a while longer.
Yeah, he's gonna pick up some track position. He's already up from P11 all the way to P6 as well.
Villeneuve had some damage as well by the looks of it. He got a new front wing. Stead hanging out in first position here. This will bunch the grid back up and we'll have some more crazy race action. I guess while the guys are slowly moving around the track here, a good time to mention our league sponsors and affiliates. Big shout out going to Chris H Designs, making a lot of different attachments and modifications for your sim racing wheels. You can visit him on the Etsy shop at Chris H Designs. I personally use one of his shifter mods, and it made a huge difference to my not so high-end racing wheels. So,
yeah, we've been working with Chris for a couple of years now, and he always puts out some really nice products. So yeah, check him out on Etsy.
Next one to be Track Racer. Was it you that bought a Track Racer rig?
It was actually Iceman. Iceman and Passassin also has one.
Yeah, and they definitely look like some high quality race rigs. So you can check
both
them
of those
out.
guys. Both of those guys love their seats that they got from Track Racer. I know as much time as Passassin puts in, most seats I would imagine would have give out by now. But he's still going pretty strong with his, I believe. As we see, a lot of these guys coming to the pits for hards. Rafik puts on the softs, and Graham actually stays out on the mediums. So we've got the two Ferraris 1-2 right now.
That's interesting. Which I guess, I mean, it's still early. We've got lots of laps left, so I mean, Graham maybe just looking to keep that pace now that he's sitting at the front of the grid.
Yeah, and I mean, I think all Graham really needs to maybe try the softs at the end is one more safety car.
Which is very possible. I mean, well, we got 4 guys gone already.
Right. So we're down to 11. And so, let's see. I think these are all full-time guys. So they will be, they're all battling for position here.
Looks like Buck got himself up a few positions there. Didn't lose too much.
He was going to fall to the rear of the field if that safety car didn't come out. That was a lifesaver for him.
Most definitely.
And I mean, really, he's only 3 positions behind Stig, who is really, you would say, the actual race leader with those 2 Ferraris, not going into the pits yet.
Right.
And what happened to Emerald? Why did he? I guess they double stacked, so that's why he lost so much time. I would imagine.
Mm-hmm. Just weren't quite ready.
That's the one bad thing about having a teammate that is pretty close in pace with you, is you're gonna double stack the majority of the time.
Yeah, and if that timing isn't just right, it holds you up essentially. So.
Emerald could slice to this field pretty quickly on the softs.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the tires play out. I mean, as you can see, I mean, the majority of the field being hards, but a couple softs, a couple mediums.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The possibility for safety cars is still quite imminent.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the guys that just pit for the hards, I think they'll be able to make it to the end. Obviously, Miles and Graham still have to pit. But yeah, I think they'll make it to the end. Like I said, we're not 100% sure just because hadn't done a lot of testing on the tires for Baku this week. But I would imagine they can go.
Yeah, we'll see. I guess it won't be too long, and it'll be interesting to see if guys hang on to the info, I guess, at least, as to where their wear percentages are at.
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised to see that Graham stayed out, honestly. I wouldn't imagine that the mediums would normally go more than probably 10, 11, 12 laps. And he's already on lap 7 of that, so I think he's gonna need another safety car to have a chance at a win here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we haven't really seen anybody push their tires like right till the end, I guess, in theory. Just obviously with that safety car, so I guess, I mean, Rafik, he's got some good pace, so we'll see how long he can hang on to the softs.
Yeah,
I guess I'll kind of give a better indication as to how long the other tires will last.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for him just because he's behind so many people. I mean, he's P8 now, and pretty much all the guys in front of him are on hards. There's just not a whole lot of places to make easy overtakes here. So he's going to have to be pretty patient where he makes his moves. And I'm just afraid by that time he's going to lose most of that advantage of being on the softs.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, looks like we got safety car in this lap. The field is bunched up enough, so Graham will set the pace here. He's moving pretty quick. He didn't build a gap between the safety car and himself, so
he's got a pretty close to the safety car.
Galloway
actually
is right behind him.
He's having to slow down here, and Stig, watch this. Stig's going to get an amazing run. He's looking to the outside of Miles here. Mouse shuts the door on him, and Buck gets a little loose coming out of turn 1 there. Looks like we're pretty clean so far. Oh my goodness! Huge crash. Buck's involved. Modern Neptune. Oh my goodness.
No. Modern Neptune, the Haas, is completely destroyed.
And Buck is missing a front wing. They're gonna have to have a safety car if anything.
Oh, I hope that happens
here. It doesn't look like it's gonna happen.
I wonder, programming, just having the safety car just ended, maybe?
I don't know what happened. I know Graham stayed really close to that safety car on entry, and I honestly think that Stig had to check up to not pass him before the start-finish line. But yeah, something happened with Modern Neptune, and I'm not sure what happened. We'd hate to speculate.
We got another big crash.
Emerald's
Rafik
out.
Lost it. Villeneuve into the back. Oh my god.
And he's out as well.
Delia.
Oh my gosh. Villeneuve, what is... Okay, he continues. We do have another safety car. That's another huge break for Buck. Huge.
And Villeneuve taking a 5-second penalty for colliding with the wrecked car of Rafik.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, majorly unfortunate
and Jeep,
for
I
him.
told you.
You did.
I told you at the beginning of the race, this is very likely to happen. This is just a very tough track for the guys to race on and push the limits. It's just a very fine line between making a very fast lap and just drilling the outside wall.
Wow.
So Buck's gonna live to see another day here. Miles stays out on track on those hards, and he's gonna be the race leader for now. And Graham actually puts on the hards.
So he'll definitely be pushing those till the end. That's for sure.
Yeah, he this is kind of the bad. It's a little unfortunate for Miles just because he has to make another pit stop, and honestly he might be able to take the hards the whole way from now.
Because I believe you'd only
with the
have
safety
one
cars
set.
that we've had. Yeah, exactly. He would have to change. Like technically, he has to change tires, but if he did not, I think he could actually make the whole race on this set of tire with these two safety cars. If it was legal, he could do it.
Right. But yeah, no, he will have to stop again.
Unfortunately, it's not.
And I don't think the mediums. I don't think even a new set of mediums would last. 60.
And this could
they would last, but might not necessarily be in their window.
We could be setting up for a surprise podium here. We have 8 drivers left. And we might see some people that we haven't seen on the podium in a while in NFS. God, so unfortunate for Amarul. I'm not sure who... It looked like he got squeezed going into one of the corners and just ran into the wall.
Which could very well be
I could not tell who it was.
That is a very, very hard place to pass.
I hate to even say who I think it was. We'll investigate that later on.
Wait for the reports.
But yeah, that's... Oh my goodness.
That section is wide enough for 2 cars, but when you both got to make turns at that speed, it's very hard to stay on the line that you need to stay on, essentially. There
has to be some give and take between the 2 drivers to make it through without any contact. You're both really going to have to check up a little. And unfortunately, it looked like maybe neither did, if not only one driver did. So
they were both trying to
unfortunate
just give the least amount of leeway, and it didn't work.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate for Amarul, and I'm not sure what happened with Mr. Delia. Looked like he actually ran into the back of Amarul. I saw the two McLarens were actually side by side when they were approaching the crashed Alpine.
Yeah, if I seen that correctly, he did hit the Alpine and blow his tire off, and then Villeneuve was on the outside and tried to come back towards the inside to go around Rafik's wrecked car and made contact, and the game gave him a penalty. We got some comments on the stream. that turn 2 incident, guys are trying to pin it on Buck, so we'll see.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we'll see what happens
It,
there.
I mean, like I said, I was on board, or I was actually in broadcast view of Buck there. Um, but it looked like the Haas was actually already maybe crashed out when it hit Buck. But I may be wrong. Like I said, I kind of looked up and saw that happen pretty quickly. Um,
And I wasn't able to
so yeah,
catch it. I
I'm sure
tried to
we'll see.
swap cameras around, and
Yeah, we'll probably get some reports for those, and we'll just have to deal with those accordingly.
review some race footage. And it's same with the Rafik accident. All I could see was carbon fiber fly up in the air, and all of a sudden there's a car there that's smashed up. So I unfortunately didn't catch that on the stream, but we've done a couple laps here now. The safety car, or the grid is bunched up before the timing line here at the end of Sector 2, so we should be going green.
Yeah, we will be going green this lap, and only 8 drivers left, so everyone will be scoring points.
Only half the field remains. Alright, looks like Galloway's letting the safety car get out there,
And Buck is on the mediums, so he must think he can make those last until the end.
and he may be able to. I mean, they're fresh. We've only got 15 laps remaining. So they might fall off at the end there, but he might be able to hang on to enough pace advantage to really make it up here. Galloway gets away. I think
It's
caught
not
Stig
a very
off guard.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Stig stayed pretty close to him actually. And
Gets a
we've got
good
JPR. Oh, JPR instead, side by side into turn 1. They get through cleanly. Buck's looking up the inside of Graham.
They don't have DRS
New Wine's
yet.
going to get past. What's happened with New Wine here? He goes to the back of the field.
Yeah, he lost a lot of positions there.
He may have lost a wing. I'm not sure. He's moving really slowly right now.
It looks like he's...
No,
the
it's
wing is still
fully intact.
Maybe he's got some side pod damage or something.
Very possible, for sure.
Stig still in the back. Galloway here.
Might see a move from Buck here. I don't know. It's right on the back of Graham. Oh, he stays behind. Oh, somebody slaps the outside wall. This is where... Oh! Villeneuve's out. And they're stuck here. Buck gets a 5-place grid.
Oh, no.
Or a 5-second penalty. Which, in theory, he shouldn't have to pit again, so he may not have to serve that. That's something we'll just have to see. Villeneuve just kind of got the castle section wrong and hit that outside wall. And then there were 7.
I am not catching any of this on the stream. I keep missing these crashes. I just get the aftermath.
I was on board with Buck, and I saw Villeneuve hit the inside. So not the initial turn in, but the wall on the outside, and then he banged off the outside wall into the left side of the wall, and that's where he lost his tire. I'm really surprised we're not seeing Miles pit here.
Yeah, I mean,
think
this would be the
I
time
think he
to
can
do
stretch
it.
the mediums. Yeah, I think so. Everybody's pitting for the mediums here.
Because, I mean, yeah, I understand wanting to be at the front of the pack, but you need new tires.
Exactly.
He should have just went in and...
It could have saved him so many positions, too.
He would have only given up 2 positions.
Yeah, I just don't think he expected those guys to pit for the mediums. I think it is a smart move, and I actually think we might see those top 3 guys actually pit for the mediums.
I don't know if he'd have enough time with the pace of the safety car. I don't know if he'd be able to get in and out.
Well, they'll definitely
positions.
go. Yeah, he won't be able to save any positions. But I mean, in all truthfulness, he would only drop to P7, so it's not the end of the world.
That is true.
But he needs to pit under safety car if he wants a chance at a podium.
Buck is still on those mediums, so I'm thinking he's going to try to just leave those on and
Yeah, I think he actually pitted for some mediums, some older mediums, because he did have to go change his wing.
Oh yeah, I guess
And
that's true.
I don't think he's not going to be. Okay, watch this. So Mr. Daly every time. Okay, he's already out. I guarantee you, Buck pits for another set of mediums. He's going to go onto the same mediums that he just came off of.
That would
Those
work.
were newer
He's already in.
mediums.
Yeah, he's already in
Those are
P7. So
yeah, those are newer mediums than he currently has on right now. So I think he's going to pit for the mediums, and I really hope Miles pits here, just for the sake of for racing, because if not, he's going to be struggling in front of these guys with the newer hards and the brand new mediums.
yeah, Buck could pop back in the pits, get that new set of mediums, and still come back into the back of the pack here. So
Yeah, I would almost guarantee that's what he's going to do.
I never even thought of that. So I mean, essentially take one lap out of him with being on these mediums for the safety car lap, and then
Yeah, and he had to do it just because he had to have the wing change. We'll see if Miles decides to dive in. I mean, he's warming the hards up like he's not going to.
oh, he's
Wow.
staying out.
That's just, I'm not sure about that. I think that's a bad decision.
Buck's popping in just as you suspected.
Yeah, JPR actually goes in also.
What's he?
So he's going to put the mediums on.
New set of mediums.
So Stig and Miles are going to be the only ones on the hard tire. And Buck saved 3 laps of tire life by doing that. So
4 maybe even. Oh no, I guess I said only 6 laps. I was gonna say with that extra lap on the safety car, but either way, yeah, I don't know. It'll be curious to see where Galloway ends up here. Because, like you said, even the only other guy on hards is Stig right behind him, and his tires are half as worn.
yeah, I honestly think he may be banking on another safety car later on. And at this point, he could probably take the softs on his last stint. So, but I mean, he's not. It's just a big gamble, and I just don't feel like it's worth it. Because if another safety car comes out, everybody else is going to go on the softs as well. So,
Which is definitely possible.
yeah, I mean, we're down to 7 drivers out of 15. So, those first 2 sectors on the restarts have been crazy.
And that could very well be another big issue. Not necessarily an issue, but some crazy racing here. Guys on very new medium tires, so they'll have some good pace right off the bat if they keep the heat in them. Galloway and Stig on the slightly slower compound up front. We know Stig's got some good pace, as do the rest of the drivers, obviously, but yeah, the difference in tire grip will be interesting on this restart here. Safety car is in this lap. Buck is caught up. Everyone's good to go here. Galloway's slowing right down.
And Stig did a pretty good job of hanging pretty close to him. I think one thing, if I'm leading the safety car pack, the drivers do a lot of weaving to warm the tires. But about this point, I'm probably going to stop weaving because that's kind of giving his position away when he gets ready to go.
Yeah, there he goes.
He gets a little better jump that time, but it's still just not terribly good.
Stig's got the ERS on, as does Galloway.
Yeah, and they've opened up a little bit of a gap to Stead and New Wine also.
Everyone pretty close
Stig
here
gets
through
a-
turn 1.
Yeah, Stig gets a really good exit there.
Oh, a little bit of a back end.
He's looking on the outside.
They're both flying here.
And
Galloway using a little
Stig's
bit
going to
more.
let him have it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Save a little bit of battery power here.
Boy, that makes me nervous.
He is close. Trying to just keep an eye on the gaps here, try not to miss anything. JPR is getting nice and close here to Graham.
Yeah, we've got a pretty nice little gaggle of cars. Oh, New Wine
no!
nearly goes around. And that's Graham. Who was it? Just Graham? Just
Oh,
Graham.
just Graham, yeah.
JPR loses his whole front wing. They're gonna need a safety car.
Oh, man, I saw that. Oh, man, the JPR almost took the outside wall of the castle there. Everybody was close there. Buck trying to get up on Graham. They were pretty much 3 wide. JPR was in the back of Graham, and
yeah, Buck came away with no damage there, and Stig is pushing Miles through these corners now.
wow. 6 drivers
Miles
remain
needed
here
a
at
safety car there.
Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Buck's already looking for a move here on New Wine. He's going to get it done fairly easily, it looks like.
It looked like New Wine might have got a little bit loose there. Stig is looking on the inside of Galloway here, coming into turn 1. He'll give it to him.
He breaks
he gives
late.
it to him. I thought he was gonna dive down the inside there.
Stead is right there on the back of Stig also. Oh, and Stig. Oh, I'm not sure that they didn't touch there. And Stig gets loose. Is that going to open him up to a move from Stead?
They're all sticking
and look
in
at
that
Buck.
slipstream.
Buck is closing in on this gap.
Wow, this is a close
He is
battle
right on
here.
the back of him.
JPR in the pits getting that new wing and probably some soft tires maybe.
Oh, Stead
no,
is
it's stuck
so
on the
close,
mediums.
and Buck has to back out of the move. He's going to lose a lot of time. These guys are just having to brake a little earlier than normal being so close together, and Buck just wasn't ready for it there.
No, it'd probably be a good idea on Buck's part to get out of it instead of trying to still push. That could have been very catastrophic. With how close
Stig
these
is
guys are, like you definitely want to. You want to race, but you want to be careful as well. You can't afford damage. Oh my gosh!
Oh, Stig
They're
locks up.
so close.
Oh, this is DRS enabled?
Not
I think
yet.
if not, it will be this lap.
It'll be
this next lap. Oh my
Buck caught up right away.
goodness.
He's back in that gap, no problem.
And they've all done a good job of saving ERS.
Looks like, oh my
Look at
god,
this.
Stig
Stig
is
is literally
pushing.
touching him. Oh my.
Took that last little bit
Holy
of slipstream, and he's gonna pass him.
Miles
He's
may be
using
pitting here.
ERS. Miles diving
Miles
into
is
the
pitting.
pits.
See, I mean, what's the point? Do you know what I
Sted's
mean?
looking down the inside.
Oh, he gets a little loose.
And Buck is looking
Buck's
at him
looking
as
around the
well.
outside.
Oh,
They
Stead
touch.
All right, so Buck and Stead are going to have DRS here down the second straight.
Yeah, Stig really needed Miles to stay in front there because he was getting a bunch of ERS or DRS as well. So he's going to be a sitting duck out there on those hards.
Miles
did
comes
go to the
out,
softs.
Yeah, on the softs, and he does stick out ahead of JPR. Unfortunately, JPR losing some time after his wing come off there, but still a super close three-way battle here at the front of the pack. We'll see if Miles can really push those soft for the last 10 laps of the race here.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm Stead, if I don't want to just stay behind Stig and just save ERS. I'm not sure. That's going to be a tough call. If he can create a gap to Buck, he's going to have a couple laps fresher of a tire. And it looked like Stig might have hit the wall there. No, he didn't.
I think, like you said, if Stead wants to try to conserve some ERS, just rely heavily on DRS. See if he can defend against Buck a little bit, but Stig might be trying to use some ERS to defend as well.
And I'm not sure.
ERS there.
I don't think Buck is going to let Stead just stay behind as he's looking for a move here. He's right on the back of Stead.
So close. I don't know if he's going to back out of it or if he's going to try to dip down the inside.
No, Buck is going for it.
Stead
He
gave him
did
some
back
room.
out. I cannot believe that. I thought he used so much ERS there. And Stig is slapping those walls, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I heard him hit the wall there.
He might catch him here into turn 3. Down
He's
the
going
inside.
for it. Gotta be careful here. Oh my god.
And they're going
This
too
is
wide again.
insane.
A little bit of tire
They touch
touching.
wheels. Buck's just
Buck is
having to
zooming
kind of
up.
wait for these guys.
He closed
Instead's
the
got to
gap.
push now.
Yeah.
Somebody's... JPR's out.
Oh no, JPR hit the wall.
Is it going to be a safety car?
Coming out of the that fast S section. Stig was right on the back. He lost the position to Buck,
It doesn't look like it's going to be a safety car.
which is very surprising.
There are 5 drivers left.
2/3 of the grid gone
That is insane.
here in Baku. Unbelievable. Those gaps are opening up quite a bit here. Buck 1.1 seconds behind Stead, so he's out. We might just get inside.
And there's a yellow flag. Stig's around.
Oh no, oh, he's completely wrecked his wing there.
He's missing a front wing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. What is going on?
This is absolute insanity. Buck is within
I think-
DRS range of Stead.
I think Stig had some light damage from those times that I heard him hit the wall. He wasn't missing an end plate, but I think he had light damage.
Which, yeah, would have...
That's just not a mistake that we see Stig make.
No, and it could have very well affected his downforce coming in there, so he might have broke at the same place he would normally break, and it didn't quite have enough, and a bit of a lockup
So
maybe,
Stig-
and into the wall.
Stig is going to pit, and Miles puts the fastest lap. New Wine is currently in position for a podium, but we have Miles 6 seconds, and he was 14 seconds away 2 laps ago.
Huge gap. Or huge
And-
gap advantage, or
Buck-
gain, I guess, so to speak.
Buck is about to hound Stead.
He is sticking on him here, and I don't know if he's going to try to go for a move or if he's going to wait
Oh.
for that DRS section on the pit
If he's-
straight.
That's got to be what he's doing. He's got to wait till then. It's just not worth it to try anything else.
I know Graham did that to me last season. He just hounded
Oh
me
my
for a while
gosh.
and stuck just close enough to be within DRS, but he wouldn't pass me until he was getting that DRS.
Yeah, if you can stay close enough, it's just too easy of an opportunity to oh! And Buck's out of the race!
No!
What in the world? Oh my word!
I was on board for that one. Unfortunately,
I
the
was
Aston
too.
Martin of Buck is gone out of the Baku Grand Prix.
Wow!
4 drivers remain.
This is insane!
Black Stig. We don't have a safety car yet.
Oh my word!
Stead 6 jumping out to a 13-second lead right now.
He's got it in the bag if he just keeps it on track, I think.
He just needs to hang on.
Look at the gap Miles has already closed up.
Wow. Yeah, Galloway just over a second away from New Wine. He could make that up in this next turn, which will get him into DRS range. Stig currently 20 seconds back of Galloway.
And you wonder, are the softs going to make it for Miles? It's got to be close.
I think they should still be in a decent window.
Oh my goodness, this is just gone crazy at the end. Like Buck just had to have a huge lock up there, because I mean he hit the wall pretty hard.
Yeah, he definitely did, and it didn't usually. I don't know if it's my game or my TV. Normally, I can see the smoke coming off the tires. So I don't know what the scoop is. I would think that was definitely a lockup because he was turning it and the car was not.
New Wine is really struggling on these mediums right now.
And, I mean, he's under pressure for Miles too, so that's definitely going to cause some grief. Trying to focus on the race, but trying to focus on defending as well.
Exactly. If Miles is smart, he's going to wait till this next this back straight here to make his move. Looks like that's what he's going to do.
Stig
New Wine
is
does have a lot of
slightly
DRS.
closing that gap. Just at the start of this lap, he was at 21 seconds. New Wine. Oh, New
and
Wine
New Wine
dips out of the
actually-
way to take the DRS.
Oh my word!
He fell back to take DRS.
Wow! Can you believe that? I've never seen somebody actually do that
That was
in an actual race. I've seen people do it in 5-lappers.
Not in a league race.
That's insane.
And I mean, I don't think it's illegal. I mean, it's kind of a
No,
kind of one
I
of
don't
those
think
things
it's
that's like,
illegal
oh,
either.
come on, but that's a legal move.
And it obviously hasn't really helped him a whole lot. I mean, he's already out of DRS range now of
He
Miles.
is, yeah. I think he was trying to hopefully use the DRS to stick within the speed of Galloway, but
yeah, he just had to slow down so much he almost didn't get any benefit of it.
No, and that could have been catastrophic had Galloway not reacted to it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, when the tires start to get worn, that's not the part of the track where you want to be jerking the wheel around. I mean, it's very easy to lose the rear end there. It's insane. We have 4 drivers left. One person that is racing right now will not get a podium. One person.
That is absolute insanity. We still got 5 laps remaining, so anything can happen still.
And normally, the 90% rule is in effect. So, I mean, but none of the drivers, besides these top 4, have made it 90% of the race.
Yep. Stig he's putting in some time. He is definitely gaining. It'll be interesting to see. Like, I mean, 1 lap ago he was at 18 seconds, so he made up roughly 5 to 6 seconds in that lap. So if he continues this pace, he could still squeeze a podium out. Not to knock on wood. I'm sorry, Stig.
Yeah, but Miles has the fastest lap currently, but we might see that change here.
Yeah.
It's going to be really close.
Stig doesn't take it on this one.
3/10 all. Yeah, 3/10 all.
Stead still hanging out, 15 seconds ahead of Galloway right now, holding some serious good pace on those mediums.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't make a huge mistake, he will be fine. He really just has to keep his whole wing on.
Yeah, Stig up another 2 seconds on new one.
I've never seen something like this. 4 drivers. Makes me really nervous for Tier 1.
I think it's going to be insane. The best of luck to you, Dunk.
Oh, I'm going to need a bunch of it. Holy. Oh, me.
Galloway, yeah, he's sticking in that 15 to 16 second window. Stig only 6 seconds behind New Wine.
Yeah, I think he's going to catch him
on this lap.
Yeah, and Miles is starting to lose ground to Stead, so those tires are starting to wear off a little. And Miles actually might be trying to conserve just to make sure he does make it to the end also.
Yeah, which is definitely part of the strategy. With only 4 guys remaining, you want to make sure that you can finish the race, cross that finish line. Stig is looking good. I mean, he's putting in some serious times, but he's looking calm and collected. His lines are good. He's not getting too aggressive, so he can see New Wine. New Wine just exited turn 1, so he can see the back of that AlphaTauri. Man, just absolute insanity. Oh,
Stig almost gets loose.
Oh, man. I think I spoke too soon. Good recovery by the Mercedes.
Yeah,
Stead is keeping that gap the same. He's
done a lot better job this lap. Stig can see him at this point. He can see the AlphaTauri up ahead of him now.
Which he's gotta keep that under wraps. He's gotta keep calm, keep collected.
It's so hard.
I mean,
they have 3 laps left at this point.
Because
we don't know what the penalty situation is, like how many warnings these guys have either. So
anything could happen late here. Stig might catch him. I think he's gonna get DRS here down the back straight.
Oh, he closed up a ton right there. He is going to get it.
Just half a second in like 2 turns there.
Oh, he takes curb. Be careful there. There's so many places to lose the car. It's like I just cringe on every corner that they go around. Yeah, he's got him. Watch, New One might try his little move again.
Yeah, try to. Yeah, you better watch out, Stig. Oh, I think New Wine's burning some ERS. Stig going
It's not
around
going to
the
be
outside.
enough, I don't think.
No, Stig will let him take P2 or P3.
Got to be careful here. He does back out. That's a nice job by Stig. Oh, he's got him. Got him here.
Some DRS.
He's got him. It's going to be an easy move here. Yeah, New One lets him go. This is insane, dude. And Stig has closed up the gap. It's only 10 seconds to Miles now. Started out at 20.
Stig showing some serious pace here in the final laps of the race.
I really feel like Miles is kind of just cruising here, just making sure he doesn't make any mistakes. 2.5 laps left, so
I would agree with you there.
It's already down to 9 seconds.
Sure that he crosses the finish line. Instead, he has increased that gap.
I think he's going to have to pick up the pace a little, though. I mean,
just to
it's
make
already
sure
down to like
Stead
8.5.
Which is possible. I mean, we saw Stig close up 6 seconds a lap on New Wine there. I mean, obviously different tire compounds, but
right.
Galloway's tires are 2 laps older. He's
8.5
down about a
seconds
second on this
point.
lap, so I think he might be okay, but same with Stead. I mean, Stead's showing a good pace, but he's just keeping it consistent and making sure that he stays on track. And Fuse, you might as well interview all 4 of them at this point.
I think we might actually do that.
That might not be a bad idea. I mean, 4 out of 15, you deserve to be in there.
The few, the proud, the finishers at Baku.
Alright, Stig 8.5 seconds behind Galloway. He's just gotta, they just gotta hang on to the end here. Some solid points for these teams. Stead will take his first win of the season. Some great points for Alpine.
Yeah, Miles is starting to pick the pace up a little, I think. He's only lost about half a second so far this lap.
New Wine falling back a little bit. Same kind of thing, though. I imagine he's just making sure he makes her to the end. You don't want to push too hard on those more mediums.
Exactly. And Stig just caught up like a second on Miles in those 2 corners.
We're on the final lap here at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Stead 6 currently leading, followed by Miles, Galloway, Black Stig,
who
and
actually
New Wine.
Miles still does have the fastest lap also.
So that's a nice extra point for Ferrari.
Yeah, he was 4 seconds down on that lap than his fastest lap.
That's huge. That's
and this
a big difference.
That's a huge difference.
Stig can see him again, but I don't think he'll be able to close that.
If he had maybe 3 more laps, I think he might have a chance. 2 to 3 more laps.
Yeah.
But I do also think that Miles is backing off just to make sure he doesn't make any mistakes.
Yeah, he's keeping it clean.
Yeah, Stead's just running away with it. I mean, a 23, almost 24 second gap. He's got it in cruise control now, coming into sector 3. He's just got a couple of more corners to navigate, and then it's the long straight, and then he's home free.
I was really nervous there watching Stig go through the castle.
He was pushing it pretty hard.
I just got nervous.
Yeah, I mean it's down to 4.7 seconds now, so
All right, we are on board with Stead
And
6, the driver of the Alpine, as he crosses the finish line, winner of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. A fantastic race.
and more importantly, one of the four finishers
One
of the
of the
entire
four.
race. I
Stig
mean,
dropped three
that's
seconds off that last lap.
holy.
He might have only needed one more lap.
Yeah, exactly. That's insane.
Galloway in the Ferrari crossing in second.
What a race. Wasn't really sure about the decision to stay out on those hards, but in the end, it paid off, I guess.
I don't know if you noticed that. Just as Stig was crossing the line, it showed Newwine retiring from the session.
Oh, really? He would technically be 90% complete, so he would keep his fourth
Okay,
place
yeah,
finish.
that's true. Yeah. Stead 6 taking the top step. Galloway in P2
Wow.
and Black Stig P3.
I'm gonna get all four of these guys in here, just to see what their point of views, how the race went were.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of comments. I can't there was just absolute pandemonium. All right, Stead 6 taking the top position here for Alpine. Miles Galloway in second place with Ferrari and the fastest lap as well, so an extra point for them. Black Stig taking P3 for Mercedes and Newwine in P4 for AlphaTauri. We have 11 drivers DNF'd, unfortunately. Bach JPR, Graham Villeneuve, Dalia Rafik, Modern Neptune, JJ Dog, Gabagai, Monkey Mafia, and B Mustang, all DNF'd from the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Absolute craziness.
Yeah, I think that's safe to say. I don't know if the racing in general topped Bahrain, but as far as just a crazy, entertaining race to watch, I mean, that was insane.
Yeah, it
I don't even know what
was.
to say at this point because it's like it's unfortunate for the guys that DNF'd, but at the same time, it's like so many things happened in that race, and the tides changed back and forth the whole time.
And that might have been one of the craziest races I've watched here on the game, and obviously the craziest one I've streamed. I've never had that many comments on a stream.
Yeah, that was absolutely insane. Like I said, I don't even know what to say at this point. We do have a couple of guys coming in, so we'll get their comments on it. We'll start with Stig, Stig P3. I know you had pace to win the race, but just had I can't exactly remember. I know you lost a wing later on. But yeah, just run us through qualifying first of all, and then the craziness of the race.
Qualifying went well. I gotta give a shout out to JJ. I almost went out in Q2 on intermediates, and he's like, if you set the fastest lap on those, then we had less than 10 guys. He's like,
Right.
you're gonna have to start on inters, and he's like, don't do that. So, and then at the end of Q1 or Q3, when I set the fastest lap, I had messed up the outlap, and I didn't think I had enough fuel. And he's like, "Go for it, just do it."
Yeah.
So I sent it out there, and coming down the front straight, my fuel was saying 0.06 of a lap left, and it just like 50 feet maybe before the finish line, it was starting to slow down on low fuel mode.
And that's one of the things I actually wanted to ask you about. I know I've personally seen Miles do that a couple of times where he does 2 laps, and it really does seem like the second lap is faster. And when I saw on your first flyer that you were like half a second down or something in sector 3, and I'm like, that's it for Stig,
Yeah.
And then I really didn't even watch you after that. And then all of a sudden it pops up and it's P1. I'm like, what the crap just happened?
Yeah. That's exactly. JJ, he was kind of being my race engineer. After crashing out in qualifying, we're having words about him not scoring points right now, but but no, I gotta give him props to tell me to keep going, and I just had to hit my marks on the lap, and it was a pretty much perfect lap. I mean, I can do. I mean, my fastest in time trial is 1:37.8. I did a 1:37.9, and I think that's as fast as I can go in the game like that. So that went well. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's impressive for being that close to your time trial time. Obviously,
yeah,
just
and
a little bit of
worn
extra
tires
heat.
also.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of extra heat and low fuel, as light as the car could possibly be.
Yeah, exactly, light as the car could possibly be. But I guess flipping over to the start of the race, I had some wheel spin leaving the line, which I believe allowed Buck to get up alongside me going into turn 1 and turn 2. And then, of course, we had the onslaught of safety cars and virtual safety cars. I was starting to get frustrated with not being able to go green, and I got it kind of, Stead took the risk on going on mediums when I stayed out, because I figured everybody, even JJ was like, everybody's going to stay out, and then I stayed out behind Miles, and that was the risk that he took, and it paid off for him, because after that, he was on my butt, following behind Galloway at the start once we finally got started and going. And then, I made a couple mistakes, damaged my front wing, almost crashed out of the race. I was panicking there.
Yeah, it looked like a heavy hit.
I just, with wing damage, and then that turn, I was like, I'm going too fast. And then I panicked and I locked up. Luckily, I was able to back up and not get in, interference with anybody else, get back to the pits, and I was like, I'm going to put on softs and just put my head down. And that's exactly what I was able to do, and get ahead of Newine, and still salvage a P3 out of it all.
Yeah, that was a definitely interesting race, and that's something we talked about also. May not even really just to make it through that race in general is honestly an accomplishment. But yeah, I mean, you can't really be upset with P3 considering all that happened and the ups and downs of the race. But yeah, you definitely had the pace to contend for the lead, if not win.
I would have liked to have been on the same tires with Stead to see what would have happened, but maybe we'll get that on a few races down the road.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, all right, Stig. Well, congrats, P3.
Yep.
So we'll move on. We'll move on to next week. All right, so we'll go with our P2 finisher, Miles.
Hello.
Some interesting calls from you out there with the strategy today. Just kind of walk us through those, and just qualifying the race and everything.
You mean walking through my 30-second qualifying? So I pull out. Next thing I know, I'm in a bot lobby. So I restart my game, check the internet. Internet's good. Come back, I'm disqualified.
Oh, that's what happened.
Yep, I didn't even know until I got back that I'd been disqualified. So, and that kind of sucked because I was planning on my practice laps to be in qualifying because I had not run hardly any before the race. So I think I started 11th, which was actually I wasn't upset with that at all.
And that's something I was actually surprised about, because normally when you DSQ, it sends you to the very back.
Straight to the back. Yep.
And it actually puts you in front of the guys that actually crashed out.
I couldn't believe that.
That was a pretty big break for you, I feel like.
Yeah. Because starting P11 is it's honestly the best place out of all the worst places to start, if that makes sense. Like, if you're not going to be in the top 10, you want to be P11.
Exactly.
And so off the start, I think I got up 3 places into about 8. And it was just, oh my God, I could see people banging. There was debris going everywhere. And then I told Graham, I was like, I'm going on the hards, and I'm going to stick it out. I'm going hards, and because after the first, 2 safety cars that come out within, 5 laps, I was like, well, I can probably go hard soft, because that's how little I used the tires. I mean, we had gone about 15 laps, and probably only raced 7 of them, if we're being honest. And so I told Graham that I was going to pit about lap 16 or 17. It was right after it was right after the last safety car restart. Stig got a really good run, and I was like, there's no way I'm keeping him behind, and they're just going to build a gap. So I went in and put on the softs immediately after. And then I just started trying to hunt down and then Buck DNF, and Stig I think got the wing damage, so it just kind of opened it up for me. And those last probably 7 laps, I've never driven half throttle as much as I did those last. I was like, all right, just don't bend it, don't bend
Just
it.
bring
We
it
kind of
home.
figured that was what your strategy was, just taking it easy and making sure that you finish the race.
Yep.
Yeah, and I mean, seeing that many cars DNF, I mean, it's got to mess with your head.
It does, yep, for sure.
And especially, I mean, none of us are pros, so I mean, we make mistakes all the time. And at a track like Baku, if you make a mistake, I mean, it can be catastrophic.
That's it. Yep.
So how are the?
I really didn't want to do that.
I do want to know how were the what percentage were you on at the end of the race on those softs?
Don't let me lie to you, but I want to say it was about 45 on the rears and about 35 on the front left.
Okay.
So it
I was thinking
bad.
it would be a little tighter than that, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. I was nervous to go in with 10 laps left, but I was like, well, might as well.
Yeah, I mean, just me guessing, I would have guessed that they would last about 8 or so.
Yeah, I guess going half throttle for the last about 3 laps probably saved them a lot. I didn't really think about that, but if I'd had to go full throttle the whole way, they probably wouldn't have made it because they were on 45%, and I went literally through the castle. I broke about 10 meters earlier and was not even on the gas through it. So I'm going to say they probably wouldn't have made it had it been like a tight, close race.
Right.
Well, good thing you stuck in it and just kept your head down and made sure you crossed the finish line.
I told myself, I was like, do not wreck, don't. I almost declared about 3 times on the hards after those safety car restarts because it was so cold. It was so hard to keep. I don't know, Stig, did you have a hard time keeping those hards warm on those restarts?
Not really.
I know I did.
We'd go through Castle, and I would start weaving, and I know that maybe my setup's different because I felt absolutely planted the whole time this race. Like last season, I felt like it was like Bahrain on this season where everybody was skating around. But this setup, I can't even remember where I got it from, but it absolutely planted. I know a few times my back end stepped out. I could already hear Jonathan, Mr. Jones there going, "Oh my God!"
Y'all had no lie. Y'all had me on edge the whole time, just because I know how unforgiving it is, and with us making the switch to sim damage, I knew it's like one mistake and your race is done. So I was literally like every corner I was just like,
Yeah, that was probably the most stressful last, because I had about 6 laps, I think, where maybe it was 4 or 6, where Stig was trying to get past New Wine and Stead was about 15 seconds ahead, and I pushed, and I wasn't closing the gap, but about 4 to 5 tenths a lap on Stead, just because I had the good softs on. That's the only reason. And I was like, I'm not going to catch him, and I don't think Stig will be able to catch me even as fast as he is. Like that's a big gap. He'd have to get like 3 seconds a lap, you know. So I was just trying to take it easy and not die because I was scared. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, well, you did accomplish. You were actually one of the 4 out of the 15 drivers to accomplish not dying today. So that's a big deal. But anyways, congrats on P2, and
Thank you.
yeah, we'll see you next week.
All right, thank you. Good job, Stead. Good job, Stig.
So
and
we'll move
good job,
on.
you won.
Good job as well. I mean, for you, Miles. I mean, was it your teammate is Jeep or?
Graham. He got
Graham.
the most unfortunate thing happened to him.
Yeah.
He somebody spun in the castle and nothing he could do about it.
You can't do anything there. Yeah.
Yeah, I felt so bad for him.
But all right, we'll move on to Stead, the winner of this, maybe the craziest race in NFS history. Stead, just kind of run us through your feelings after that race and kind of the high points of what all happened. Mm-hmm.
sorry to cut you off there, Stead. We got some guys saying they can't hear you, so I don't know if you can pop into your party settings and broadcast settings and turn on, or maybe just at least your party settings, just to turn on your sharing your audio. Want to make sure everybody can hear from the winner of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
Called a demolition derby.
Yeah. There was a lot of chaos, and I kept, like I was saying earlier on to Dunk there, I kept missing the crashes. I would be either just behind or just ahead, and all of a sudden you just see carbon fiber flying, and then just never quite catch it.
Is that better?
Anybody out there, can you hear Stead?
I mean, I can hear him in the chat here. But,
Yeah, we can hear him, but it's not sharing his audio.
Let me see if I can pull up.
I just changed it over there.
Yep, we can hear him.
Awesome.
But yeah, like I was saying, I just ended up after Buck crashed out with a 16-second lead and just took it handy for the rest of the race and really pushed and tried to stay off the walls. That was it.
Yeah, that was a big deal, obviously, in this race with 4 of us finishing. Yeah, you kind of made the moves at the right time, and it really worked out for you. I think getting past Stig where you did really was really huge in making putting a little gap on Buck, and I think he into that really tricky left-hander in sector 3. Where it's the massive curve on the left. I think he locked up there, just had a little too much speed going in, and just kind of T-boned the wall. Where Carlos Sainz actually crashed in qualifying this year. But yeah, I mean, it seemed like you and Rafiq were both right there in the 4th and 5th. Positions. I know in quali you were right around there, but y'all really had pretty equal pace. I felt like so. Yeah, I mean that's a I mean, unfortunate for him. I can't exactly remember what happened with him.
Who was that?
I mean, y'all were Rafiq. Y'all were set up for a huge finish for the team, and I mean, still with 25 points going to Alpine. That's huge also.
I think
so
Rafiq
congrats.
lost it in that second sector, those quick left-handers. I think he hit the wall, maybe on the inside of the 1. And
Okay.
that's where Dahlia crashed into him as well.
That's right.
I guess I'm lucky.
Yeah, pretty
Alright, guys.
interesting strategy there, New Wine New Wine is who I was thinking of, not Stead. Never mind, keep going, boys.
But yeah, I mean, just to everyone, that was a really fun race to watch. Unfortunate for the guys that kind of got caught up in some of those mistakes, but it's going to be a long season. I mean, I think there's 23 or 24 races this season, so I mean, as many as we've ever had. So plenty of time to make up for mistakes, and if the whole season is anywhere near as exciting as this race, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch you guys and watch as you improve going through the season. I mean, we've had some great battles already in the first 2 races, and I can't imagine what it's going to be like as we all kind of get used to the new game and kind of iron out some of those issues that we're having and mistakes that are being made. But yeah, congrats to our podium finishers and to New Wine for bringing it home in P4. That's a big finish for AlphaTauri. And yeah, I'm not even sure where we're going next week.
We're headed to France.
France. So that hopefully there'll be a few less DNFs in France.
And safety cars.
They do tend to happen there though as well. I mean, there's a couple corners where guys do tend to lose it.
Yeah, that's true.
And there is a solid chance for rain. I mean,
That's also
that's
true.
that's something that people got to think about. I was worried about getting rain at this race and not even practicing a little bit, but
Yeah,
because the last two
that's
seasons we had rain.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I told Jeep. I'm like,
Yeah.
you wouldn't think it would rain here a whole lot, but I mean, it seems like every league race that I do, it rains. So,
France is
but
definitely
anyway,
famous for
yeah,
that.
we'll cross that bridge when we get there, I guess. But anyways, thanks Jeep for hosting the stream this week and
Back
for
at
coming
you,
on board and doing comms with me. It's always nice to have somebody in here with you to kind of talk through
Feed
things
off
with,
of.
and yeah, exactly. But anyways, guys, I think we'll start getting ready for Tier 1. It's going to happen in about an hour, about 50 minutes now. But yeah, tune in to us for that. I figure it's probably going to be on Fallen Monkey's Twitch account.
Yep.
But yeah, hopefully we'll see some good racing there, and we'll see all of you guys in Tier 2 next week in France.
Good
See
luck,
you then,
Dunk.
guys.
Make it to the
Alright,
finish line.
everybody.
Thank you.
Best of luck, lads. Bye.